Sony often files patents and things for things that they plan to do in the future, and not everything that they actually file comes to fruition, unfortunately. I mean, same thing with Microsoft. All these companies have these different things that are kind of always in the pipeline, always thought of, and when you think of something, you patent it because that way you make sure that somebody else can't steal it out from under you later on. And I think that kind of goes a long way with Sony's philosophy when it comes to what they're doing on PlayStation. Now, with this particular instance of this one leaking out and kind of being relevant to what we're talking about with what the PS5 can already do, it does make sense for them to do something like this, to offer something like this, and we could see that come out very, very soon. For me personally, I think it would be cool. Anything is kind of an added touch. I don't think we're going to see, and listen, I could be 100% wrong about this. I could be way out on left field when it comes to this stuff, but the one thing that I would say is that at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to see updated consoles like mid-gen refreshes like we saw before. I think we might see upgrades like this, but I don't think we're going to see, the full-on Series or Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro type of consoles anymore. First of all, Sony had already launched two consoles, a discless and a regular PS5. Microsoft had already launched a Series S, which was weaker and less expensive, and a Series X. And there's trouble getting those consoles as it is. So I can't imagine what it would be like to go out there and try to come out with something new just when, these other ones are starting to come into stock. Like, I'm very curious to see where Microsoft and Sony would be had they had the ability to actually go out there and sell just as many consoles as they could make. We might be in a much different circumstance right now than what we are in. So yeah, it's very interesting, very cool to see stuff like this come out. Microsoft has something similar. I think recently I might have done a video about that they came out with. So yeah, you have to love seeing that stuff. Love seeing everybody kind of get excited for the future. But I also think that I think that Microsoft and Sony are doing a little bit better job of respecting people's money and their time and things like that. And like I've always stuck by, I don't know how many consoles the One X sold or how many consoles the PS4 Pro sold, but I'm very much confident that those weren't the best sellers of last generation, not even close. I think that obviously the PS5, the PS4 Slim, and the Xbox One S were probably the bigger sellers by a large margin, because there's just not that many people out there that are going to go upgrade outside of the super hardcore like me. I bought a 1S and then a 1X and then a Series X, and I also have Series S, and I had bought a PS4 and PS4 Pro. So yeah, I'm the type that they're probably looking for to go out and spend that money on these types of things. But I do want to get into this because it's a very interesting way to make things better with the PlayStation 5 without completely screwing over everybody and making you go out and buy a whole new piece of console. So let's go ahead and get started. Should be a good video. Stick around. Hey, and if you are watching my video, please like the video. I try to get all my videos to do 100 likes. It sounds like something that's not even a lot of likes, and really it's not, but that, I think, is a universal number to shoot for all my videos. Just trying to get something positive flowing with this. So if you guys and girls out there would help me out and just do that, it would be amazing, and I'd be very appreciative. Let's go ahead and get into this. Listen, I make no bones about it. I think the PS5 is a fairly good console. It's a very good console. Do I think that it's the most amazing thing ever? No. But it is a very much a work in progress, and we don't get static consoles anymore. We don't get consoles that just stand around and do the same things that they've always done. We get consoles that actually go out there and get upgrades and things like that. And now, according to this, it looks like the DualSense is going to be getting a possible upgrade with haptic feedback as well as analog sticks, according to this new patent. So Sony Interactive Entertainment has filed a patent indicating that the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller may soon receive an updated version that includes haptic feedback along with analog sticks. The new patent suggests that the controller could receive an upgrade that features non-Newtonian fluids as well for hydraulic resistance for the sticks. However, as with any patent, this doesn't necessarily mean that such an upgrade will happen. Like any company, Sony files many patents, not all of which come to fruition. Like I was saying earlier, if you're wondering what exactly it's all about, Basically, this helps the DualSense to become that much better into with immersion and things like that. I think that yes, it's like a very much an immersion thing if you click the analog sticks down on the current model, but this would be the next step in forward in immersion for the PlayStation 5 pad. The DualSense controller is a far more advanced piece of kit compared to the DualShock 4, offering adaptive triggers along with haptic feedback, as well as a design that makes some noticeable changes to Sony's previous controllers. So yeah, this would be something that would improve things drastically for PlayStation going forward, and they always do a good job of getting these type of updates out and go ahead and making sure that they have the latest bits and bobs in their controllers, as well as as some of the things that they've been able to kind of accomplish over the years. I for one think that they've done just a fantastic job with making sure that the PlayStation 5 is not only what we need it to be, but it's also something that gets everybody excited about the future, right? Like everybody's real excited about what's going on. I personally think that Sony has done just an amazing job of making sure that the PlayStation 5 has all these great features and amazing things that people really want. And I think that that's exactly what fans kind of flock to Sony for in the first place. We continue to see these type of things come out. It's just a tremendous thing to kind of behold. Sony seems to understand that, and I think that that's really something that gets everybody sort of excited by the future. Like when we look at what's going on with Microsoft, and we look what's going on with Sony. Both these companies are doing some things and some incredible things that we didn't think were going to be possible. Like who would have thought we'd be able to get what we get for $400 or $500? But hey, here we are. We're getting some amazing features. We got consoles that can do things like ray tracing and 120 frames, and up to 4K and things like that. So yeah, it's been very much a fun thing to kind of see, and a fun thing to kind of experience just from a fan perspective. Now, will they continue to innovate? I think that's going to be the question. If you look at the past, I think in particular Sony has done a really good job of kind of reacting to what Microsoft is doing and doing their own thing. Whether that's better or worse, I think that it's really kind of left up to interpretation. But Microsoft, they'd come out too. They come out strong. Like I was a little bit hesitant on them this generation too. Then they buy Bethesda right before they announced the pre-orders of the Series X. And they get everybody excited, and then very early on in this year they buy Activision. That's going to go through the prospect of Call of Duty being in there. And some of these other games, I think, they're right on the ball. Like these companies are making some really, really interesting choices and some really good moves. And I think that both of them deserve sort of, to be applauded for that, And for this, I think would be a pretty big improvement for the dual sense, right? Like being able to go out there and get this and have that next evolution, I think is just a really good thing for Sony to go out and do for fans. Now, I'd be excited to get it when I get an upgraded DualSense. Absolutely, I think that it's a fantastic controller. Now, the only issue that I've ever had with Sony's controllers is they're close together. I'd rather have them like Microsoft, how the Xbox has them, where they're further apart and not non-symmetrical, I guess. So yeah, that's probably the only part that I really have to complain about when it comes to Sony and their controllers. But overall, I think that it's a fantastic controller, and they really kind of nailed the aesthetic with everything that they're trying to do. So yeah, love what they're doing, love what I'm seeing so far. I would love to see this be something that becomes a reality much sooner than later. So yeah, absolutely, I'm excited for it. I would love to see something like this happen very quickly as well. So what do you guys think, though? I think that's the bigger question. Would you buy an upgraded DualSense? Let me know. What do you guys think about the controllers right now? Who has the edge? Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. If you guys do watch my channel, please leave a like on the videos. It helps them to be seen, and it helps the channel to grow. I very much do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for rocking out with me. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Thank you so much for watching. Crap Gamer out.